simulation, and preparation.
When bad things happen, they expect us to run in.
It all looks real, but this is a training exercise meant to prepare first responders in case a big emergency hits Irving's newest entertainment destination. We have extensive coverage. Playtime is here.
It was all so sophisticated.
See the role students played in the design of this new park and what the city did to make it all happen. Hoops and hope.
We're about to have a great time, man. It's about to be a great game, man. Stay tuned.
Irving police participate in a basketball game at the Islamic Center of Irving. Find out how the fun matchup will benefit crime victims. Plus, the newest restaurant at the Toyota Music Factory, the improvements coming to Heritage Park, and how Irving is working to snag the spotlight at South by Southwest. Now on City Source. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. Irving's emergency responders are now better prepared for something we all hope never happens, and that is violence at a large public concert event. Tragically, we all know it has happened at performances in other cities, including Las Vegas and Manchester, England. Now that Irving has a larger concert venue, the city wants to be ready for anything that might happen here. That's why Irving's Office of Emergency Management teamed up with the Pavilion at the Toyota Music Factory to organize a large training exercise involving hundreds of people, and we were there to cover it. Excited fans captured clips of the opening night of Mariah Carey's new tour at the Pavilion at the Toyota Music Factory in Irving. As we have seen, the venue is proving to be a draw for top performers and large crowds. 3 days after Mariah's performance, a training exercise looked at what might happen if any of those events held here had ended much differently.
This is a great exercise for all of our public safety personnel to be able to practice for a real-life event that could happen here in Irving.
And people, when they come to a show, they want to have fun, and they want to know that they're safe.
When bad things happen, they expect us to run in. If we're going to run in, we got to have our motor skills, our muscle skills, all that trained to do what we need to do.
So let's set the stage. In this scenario, 8,000 people are here for a concert, and the crowd is hyped when a van just drove through a crowd and crashed into the venue. Watch closely and you can see two men. One goes up the stairs, and we'll follow him later. Another goes inside the main entrance. He is wielding a machete and hurting anyone in his path. Officers already stationed at the venue take him down quickly. Concert goers are in panic, but responders are focused.
The first call to 911 was a vehicle collision into a crowd.
The first officers to arrive help tend to the injured and try to make sense of what is going on.
And they relay that back to dispatch, and as they realize that this is bigger than just a few people or just a small isolated event, they're able to call in more resources.
We still don't have control of the scene at the moment. What we understand is that we have two suspects that came into the building here while this concert was going on. There are casualties, I'm not sure to what extent.
Soon, the Irving Police Tactical Team arrives.
Which way is it?
They're highly trained police officers, trained for this kind of call where you don't know what you exactly need. They have the special weapons, they have all of the tactics that they need.
Armed with both weapons and the knowledge they have gained from other officers,
Watch the right.
they start going through the building and deploy drones to get a full view of what's happening, all while firefighters start treating the injured.
We can tell you that it's multiple victims, and we're considering it a mass casualty incident. That's why we have so many resources here.
Another part of the exercise simulated rumors spreading on social media and causing concern for nearby residents.
We were able to involve our CIC, which is our Criminal Information Center, to test our rumor control policies.
So we just need people to stay away.
Police teams are continuing their work carefully because emergencies are often unpredictable and they want to be ready.
To experience this, even though we all know it's not real, it still ramps up the adrenaline.
Hey, you okay? Are you okay?
Causes you to have to think through all of your training.
How many steps ahead do you have to be thinking?
You have to be able to formulate plan A through Z in your head at any given time.
Remember that man who darted up the stairs right after the initial crash?
Everybody's gonna die!
He just took his crime spree to another level.
All right, we got a hostage up there.
Actually, it's two hostages, and it's only getting worse.
Come back! Nate!
The police department's drones help monitor the situation, and there is even more happening here that we cannot see. Snipers are in place, and hostage negotiators are at work.
Hey, stop! 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 Do you have any devices on you?
After some time, one hostage is free. But with explosives involved, police do not take any chances, so they're patient. Soon, this situation comes to a climax.
Got a bomb! Please don't shoot! Please!
The last hostage is free and the bad guy taken out. But for these first responders, the exercise is not over. Next up, a process called a hot wash.
This is a learning environment, and the whole idea behind this entire exercise was to make ourselves better.
Certainly opportunities for us to learn, opportunities for us to improve, but that's why we do that, so that we can identify those areas in which we need to work.
Was there emergency assault plan in place at that point?
This exercise is part of a nationwide security focus by venue operator Live Nation.
Public safety is an incredibly important part of our business and what we do in this changing time. Events like this give us an opportunity not only to work with our team on our processes, but it gives us a chance to also work with local law enforcement. The City of Irving is a great partner for so many things that we do here.
Even though some of the images from this day can be disturbing, organizers hope the experience will help people focus on the fun here, confident that emergency responders know what to do.
That's the main thing, is for people to come out here, have a good time, feel safe and secure, and spend their money in Irving.
Making the Pavilion at the Toyota Music Factory safe and successful for everyone. Even after that hot wash, there will still be more analysis and reports on the exercise, all meant to improve response. A more upbeat story from the Music Factory is coming up later. We are inside the newest restaurant to open at the city-owned venue. Now a happy update to a story a lot of you asked me about. Volunteers from NEC in Irving are planting flowers at what will be the new home for retired U.S. Army Major Eric King. These are among the finishing touches for a project we have been following since last July. The nonprofit organization Operation Finally Home provides mortgage-free homes to veterans in need. That charity teamed up with the City of Irving, NEC, and other partners to make this home possible.
Well, I'd call it transformation. We think that this house and this particular location is a transformation not only for this block, but for this family. And to be part of a transformation is very exciting.
While we were there, Nebraska Furniture Mart delivered new furniture for the home. Now it is just about ready for Major King and his family to move in. Keep in mind, he has not seen any of this, so the finished home will be a surprise to him. Last time he was there was in November, when there was still a lot of work to do. We will, of course, be there to cover the dedication of his new home and plan to bring you that on our next edition of City Source, and you can see more of this video at the end of today's show. In our ongoing series on infrastructure, an Irving school has a brand new playground. We were there for the opening and heard from one great student who had a role in the design process.
So yeah, I thought today was going to be a normal day.
Actually, it's a special day. Final preps are underway for a celebration at Irving's Johnston Elementary.
I don't really know what's going on. I just got from reading class.
Fifth grader Cypress Drake is a little overwhelmed.
My mind has gone blank.
She is joining leaders to cut the ribbon on this all-new playground. With the ribbon cut, it is time to play. This new playground is funded by the City of Irving in a partnership with the school district.
It's really exciting to see the school district and the city come together and partner to do these playgrounds like this to enhance our neighborhoods and our communities.
It's so exciting to be here and see what the kids are going to start enjoying.
This is great. I mean, one of the coolest things about my job is to work together to put an amenity that's going to serve the children at the school, but also the neighborhood at large.
Outside of school hours, this playground is open as a public park. This grill is here with that weekend use in mind. But the main attraction, 3 major play areas designed for different age groups. To get the ideas of what to install here, the city went to the experts. student leaders at Johnston.
We looked at some videos about which playground would be best.
It was very eye-opening to hear the different discussions that were taking place. Some of the girls thought that one of the options was too boyish. They decided on this nature-themed park because they really liked the areas to climb. And they also thought that it would be better for the younger kids.
My favorite part about it was how unique it was and how big it was. It was also sophisticated.
The ideas they had examined in renderings are now very real in this playground that comes with some lessons on civic engagement.
It's a starting process of them having an impact on our cities.
What you see here is a win for all of us.
It is a collaboration leaders say is paying off in a lot of ways. Educators see active students as successful students.
A healthy learner is what I'm looking forward to because that means they're learning more each day.
And for the city of Irving,
parks are an integral part of our economic development and the vibrancy and the health of our city.
Along with all of the new equipment, there is another benefit. This playground is safer than what was here previously.
One of the main causes of injury on a playground is falls. The old playgrounds had the same rubber surfacing, but with the sun and the weather, it got hard over the years. So when a kid fell on it, it wasn't as spongy as the new stuff is.
Getting to this point took a while, but students now say it was worth the wait.
The people worked so hard and I feel so bad because my classmates and I were all like, oh, when is this playground gonna come? And now here it is.
Here for students at Johnston and the entire community to enjoy.
Grace, get in the slide! I wanna go down the slide! Woo-hoo!
So great to meet her. I know Cypress's teachers must be proud of her. Clearly a bright future ahead. Johnston Elementary is located at 2801 Rutgers Drive. Again, the playground is open for residents when classes are not in session. More news from the school district later on City Source. See an innovative program to promote interest in STEM fields. Upgrades are coming to Irving's Heritage Park. Work is expected to begin late this year that will expand the park's features into the vacant lot next door that the city now owns. One of the big new additions will be an amphitheater for performances. Many of the park's current attractions, including the Caboose and Depot building, will be moved within the park to maximize space and better showcase the features.
Heritage Park will be a major overhaul to that park. I'd like to tell you that was the first project I worked on when I got here to the city in the 80s. And it was a lot of fun then, and I think this renovation of Heritage Park is going to really transform that into a real gathering point for South Irving.
Crews will also be constructing a restroom building. If work proceeds on schedule, it could be complete in early 2021. Heritage Park is already the site of a number of popular events, including the citywide egg hunt. This year, the egg hunt is set for Saturday, April 6th from 9:30 until 11:30 a.m. It starts with the youngest kiddos, and then different age groups have later start times, so check irvingevents.org for the specifics. Along with the egg hunt, there will be inflatable rides, craft activities, and photo ops with the Easter Bunny. Then on Saturday, April 27th, Heritage Park is the site of the city's Arbor Day celebration. That runs from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m., and it will feature tree climbing, vendors, a snake humorist, and more. Also keep in mind, South Irving will be the focus of the next town hall meeting. It's a chance to hear from city leaders and get updates on projects. The meeting is Thursday, March 28th at 6:30 p.m. at the Heritage Senior Center. Irving police officers took to the court to benefit crime victims, and this charity basketball game ended with the real winners being the police department's Family Advocacy Center. Our team was at the Islamic Center of Irving to capture the action.
We're about to have a great time, man. It's about to be a great game, man. Stay tuned.
So today's a basketball game, and not just any basketball game, but a basketball game where we're bringing some police officers out to play against some community members here at the Islamic Center of Irving. And it's an opportunity for us to strengthen that community bond that we have between the police and our community members.
Everyone's having fun. I have my little kid over there. He's enjoying his time, and he was just telling me, you know, when I grow up, he's a 5-year-old right now, but he said that when I grow up, I want to be in one of those teams also.
There's a team or a group of individuals from the Islamic Center as well as a group of individuals from the police department. And we're going to actually mix the team. So it won't be police against the Islamic Center, it'll be a conglomeration of both groups playing against one another.
I think it just shows that, we can work together as a community, and we need to work together so that, we can rely on our strengths and then, bring those weaknesses closer together, because it only makes our city better putting on events like these.
We're just having a basketball game to raise funds for the Irving Family Advocacy Center, which is, stops and counsels people who've gone through domestic abuse.
The Islamic Center of Irving's taking up a donation, and they're going to give that over to the Family Advocacy Center to support the mission that they do.
One of the purposes that we're trying to build bridges between other communities and at the same time recruit our youth, try to join the police academy.
And we're looking for recruiting. I mean, we're trying to make sure that we have the next quality force of police ready to go.
I anticipate having to hire between 100 and 125 police officers in the next 2 years. So we're going to start doing some things from a recruiting standpoint that we haven't traditionally done to try to attract new people to the profession.
I urge the community out there to reach out to all background, ethnicity, religion, and try to bring support, get together and organize events through which we can create bonding and connect with each other.
And you can catch up on any police stories you may have missed. Check out the Irving Police Department's playlist at youtube.com/The City of Irving. A city election is coming up on May 4th, and early voting begins on April 22nd. The ballot will include a measure that, if voters approve it, would allow for the sale of all alcoholic beverages in stores for off-premise consumption only. This would be an expansion of current law that only allows for the sale of beer and wine. Also on the ballot, 5 Irving School Board seats and 3 City Council races. For those City Council races, no one is running against the incumbents in single-member district places 1 and 7. In at-large district place 2, meaning citywide, several candidates are running. Here's a reminder about the key dates. Early voting begins on April 22nd. Election Day is May 4th. The City Secretary's office can answer election questions. That number is 972-721-2493. More new restaurants are scheduled to open at the Toyota Music Factory in the months ahead. We were there for the latest opening at the city-owned venue. Check out the Green Gator.
We're doing the grand opening. It's the ribbon cutting for the Green Gator restaurant at the Toyota Music Factory. We brand fun, food, and sports with music. We're doing live music 3 days a week now.
It's the vibe here, the culture that we have. Our menu is vast. We've got 2 sides of the menu. One is a Cajun menu. We added the Texas section of it and made it, like a mini cheesecake factory.
Basically, that's what we do. We do fun, food, and sports.
Everything's rocking and rolling, so it's good.
People love a good po' boy. I know I do. Any time of year. I love that we're doing this on Fat Tuesday and kicking this off in a big way.
Fat Tuesday, is everybody excited? It's another piece in the puzzle as we complete the Toyota Music Factory.
We're moving forward with a lot of the promises we've made to the residents that we're going to try to bring more businesses in, and this is just another one.
We are meant to be here because of the fact that there's not much true Cajun out here in the Irving vicinity.
One of the things that we're excited about is to see this area continue to grow.
We're looking forward to the Reservoir and some of the other restaurants as well, but today we're excited about the Green Gator.
To see all this happening in Irving, it's fantastic.
And in other news from the Toyota Music Factory, Bar Louie is expanding. The Music Factory's developer says it is because of the gastrobar's overwhelming success. Bar Louie is adding 3,000 square feet. You may remember Bar Louie was the first restaurant to open at the Music Factory. And in addition to that, Gloria's Latin Cuisine also recently added space to its restaurant. And the good times keep coming. A new concert series is about to kick off at the Music Factory. Texas Lottery Live will feature a number of known acts every Thursday night in April and May on the plaza. You see some of the bands on your screen. Tickets are $5 in advance or $10 at the gate. Irving rocks. That's the message the Irving Convention and Visitors Bureau worked to spread to the massive crowd at South by Southwest in Austin. The team set up an exhibit at the Austin Convention Center with fun backdrops for photos. People who stopped by could also register for prizes, which included tickets for concerts at the Toyota Music Factory. One lucky winner was from Brazil, and he promised he would fly back to visit Irving and attend the concert. Former pro football player and Dancing with the Stars contestant Michael Sam was among the visitors to the booth. A lot of those photos fit into a mosaic that came together over the course of the event to reveal that Irving Rocks message. Watch as Kayla from the CVB puts the final piece in place. The Convention and Visitors Bureau also worked to add social media followers and added hundreds of names to its email list. The CVB says its messages were especially well received at this music and entertainment focused event. There is a lot of talk about getting young people interested in studying STEM fields. STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. A special program at Brandenburg Elementary took an innovative approach to getting kids involved. Brett Wheeler has that story.
At Brandenburg Elementary, this pre-K class is taking learning to a new level. I know what you're thinking. This may just look like playing and dancing, but in reality, it's helping these kids strengthen their science, technology, engineering, and math skills.
The academic expectations right now are very high. The students right now, more than ever, have been expected to do things and learn things that aren't necessarily developmentally appropriate. And so we're integrating physical activity and dance, and the students are excited about it. They don't even realize that they're learning concepts that are probably beyond their capacity.
This week-long program at Brandenburg Elementary is presented by Wolf Trap Foundation for the Performing Arts based out of Virginia. And they hope by using the arts to help strengthen STEM skills, these kids will have a leg up on their education and future.
I'm a really big proponent of integrating physical education and the arts into the classroom, especially in the lower grades, because we're building that love for learning.
As a master teaching artist, my specialty is early childhood. I'm also a dancer and a choreographer. So I help teachers learn how to implement curriculum through movement.
Way up in the sky, in the beak of a giant bird.
Wolf Trap teacher Laura Schandelmeyer has been using arts in education for nearly 20 years and says programs like this one are a helpful tool for teachers when it comes to education.
One thing that I love about arts integration is that you can really do everything at the same time. So we've been doing emergent literacy, we've been doing science, we've been doing social emotional, self-regulation, we've been doing recall.
What did a Nazi say? A fish!
The children remembered every single character in the story, and they have not even yet read the book. It's just all because we have physicalized it and experienced the story.
We've even noticed that our most challenging behavior students are completely engaged during these lessons. So we're talking 100% engagement. So the students that can get distracted easily, they're involved and they're paying attention and they're actually excited about learning.
Sophia, 1, 2, 3.
The excitement isn't just from students, but also from those who work with these kids and see them grow.
It's an honor to be able to witness the growth of the children. They are just at the very beginning of their experience, and really I'm humbled every day by how much they teach me.
Brett Wheeler for City Source.
And there are a lot of reasons to get these young people interested. Brett passed along a stat from the Pew Research Center showing that employment in STEM fields is outpacing overall U.S. job growth. In fact, the number of jobs has grown nearly 80% since 1990. Keep Irving Beautiful is registering volunteers for one of its big annual events, the Don't Mess with Texas Trash Off and Great American Cleanup. It's part of a program happening statewide throughout the spring season. And while in the spirit of helping, participants are also encouraged to bring canned food that will benefit the Crisis Ministries food pantry. The trash off will be at Trinity View Park from 9 a.m. until noon on Saturday, April 6th. KIB provides supplies, lunch, and will even have prize drawings. Register at cityofirving.org/KIB, then look for the link on the left. That same weekend is a free disposal weekend at Irving's Hunter Farrell landfill. No commercial waste, tires, or roofing will be accepted. Residents must provide proof of residency by showing a water bill and driver license. The free disposal opportunity runs from 7 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. on April 6th and 7th. Then Saturday, April 13th is the date for Irving's 8th annual Bicycle Fest. It's from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. at the North Lake College Dart Station. Along with a bicycle safety rodeo and checkup station, there will also be giveaways, free helmets for qualifying riders while supplies last, and there will be a drawing for a bike. Live music, food trucks, and a marketplace are among the other attractions. And with that, it's time to get to our Pets of the Week. Here's Brett at the Animal Care Campus.
Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Pets of the Week. Once again, I'm Brett Wheeler with Michael Whiteside, and today we have Jethro Bodine. So Michael, tell me about this dog with a big name.
Jethro is a fantastic dog. He's about 2 years old. He's a shepherd mix, and he's just a big ball of fun. I mean, he loves running around outside. He loves playing with toys. He's very friendly with people. He'll crawl all over you if you let him. He is just sweet and friendly. He does know a few commands. Sometimes it can be a challenge. He just doesn't really want to listen to you.
And he's still pretty young, 2 years old. Does he need maybe a lot of training or hands-on attention?
Probably need a little bit of more training for some obedience type stuff. But other than that, he's just a big sweetheart.
All right, Michael, now we have the one and only Kobe. Let's hear about him.
Kobe is about 3 years old, and he was surrendered by his owner because they couldn't afford to keep him anymore. He's a boxer mix. Right now, he's being really quiet and calm. I've seen him out in one of the play yards, and he loves running around and chasing toys and just having a good time. But obviously, you can tell he actually just enjoys cuddling up next to people, too.
All right, Michael, now we have the lovely Lola. Tell me about her.
Lola is about 10 months old. She is also a boxer mix, and she was also an owner surrender because they didn't have enough time to spend with her. At 10 months old, she's still very much a puppy. She has a ton of energy, but she loves to run and she loves to play with toys. She loves meeting new people. They did make a note that she, at least at their home, jumped fences occasionally. So, it's really going to depend on what height fence you have on whether or not that's going to be an issue. But she's really, really sweet. She just has a lot of energy and really is moving quite a bit to try and get rid of some of that energy.
And with that energy, it seems like she'd be the perfect sort of exercise partner for anybody.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, she loves to run around. She'd be great. Once she gets a little bit more training on the leash, she'd be a great dog to go running with, or even just walking or hiking, or just hanging out in the backyard and running around playing with toys.
And speaking of exercise, the weather is absolutely getting to the point where it's going to be more and more common for people to be out and about. But also, it's a really busy time of the year for you guys because you guys have a lot of kittens that come in during this time as well. Is that right?
Yeah, starting in March when the weather starts really warming up and going through the entire summer is what we call kitten season. Cats will start having lots of litters of kittens, and so you might see them, in your yard. If you have feral cats in your neighborhood, we're going to have a lot coming into the shelter, and a lot of them are going to be too young to be in the shelter because if they're under 8 weeks of age, they're too susceptible to diseases. So City of Irving Animal Services especially is going to be really needing kitten fosters. So you can sign up with them, and then when they have a litter of kittens come in, you can take them home and keep them until they're old enough to come back into the shelter, and then you bring them back in and they're going to go up for adoption. But the shelter is going to be full of cats and kittens here shortly.
It's obviously very important that people check out for that. So please go to the city's website for more information. Back to you, Thomas.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. The Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. It is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. Then on Saturday, the hours are 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Also, check out the websites you see on your screen for more adoptable animals. Coverage of the South Irving Town Hall meeting is coming up next time on City Source. Also, we have an update to a story that made an impact on a lot of you. Last year, we showed you retired U.S. Army Major Eric King getting the surprise news that he would receive a new home. Now it is complete and will be there for Dedication Day. Also, we're at Cimarron Family Aquatic Center to see some of the work in progress to get the attraction ready for the summer. Those stories and more next time. Remember, you can always email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. Also, visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thecityofirving. Subscribe and you can be among the first to see our videos when they are posted. Also, how about leaving us some likes while you're there? And that's it for this edition of City Source. We leave you now with more of the final work to get Major Eric King's home ready to move in. Thanks to everyone who's a part of this one, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.